Hey everybody, welcome into the 5 to 9 hustle. I'm Eric, part-time reseller, full-time corporate paper pusher. Got a super exciting unboxing video for you today. You will not believe what I have in here. Gonna completely transform my business. Actually, not really. It's gonna just put it back to the way it was. I've got padded flat rate envelopes. Finally, I ordered these on June 2nd and they just arrived yesterday, mid-July. It was taking so long for the order to just even ship. It just said processing. I did call into the USPS store customer service line and they let me know that yes, they're having trouble filling orders on postal supplies, but especially on the padded flat rate. It is the most popular free priority product, and they are trying to fill orders in the order they are received. I normally reorder when I feel like I've got about 2 weeks of supplies left, just so there's time for the order to process, ship, and get to me. It usually comes very fast, but you may want to up that to a month and a half. You may just want to order some right now and see when they show up. We don't want to crush them with unnecessary orders since they're already having trouble filling them, but super excited to get those. It's been at least a month since I've been out, which is problematic. It just costs you more money, you know? So if you don't have a padded flat rate on hand, if you don't know what it is, you should. Padded flat rate envelope is one of the only flat rate products that actually makes sense to use. The flat rate boxes almost never make sense to use. You can almost always ship something more affordably than a flat rate box. There's rare examples, but for the most part, 99% of the time, the flat rate boxes make no sense. The padded flat rate, however, makes sense all the time because priority is a zoned product. And if you're trying to ship a pair of jeans, say it's going to be over £1, it will fit in the padded flat rate and go for that one rate across the whole country. Doesn't matter if you're shipping coast to coast or what. And you can fit a lot of stuff in there. There's a priority box that you can fold up and make that slides in there if you need to protect something. A very handy product. But if you're out like I was and you're waiting for more, you have a couple options that can help you in the meantime. The flat rate envelope, not padded, it's just a cardboard sleeve essentially. You can usually get these at your post office. They stock these. And it is slightly less than the padded flat rate to send. I think it's like 60 cents less. I've always just preferred the padded flat rate. I feel like it protects the item better. I feel like it's a nicer package for the customer to get versus something that, I mean, this, let's be honest, this is clearly designed for documents, but you can stuff a pair of jeans or a flannel or something in there. You can get a lot in there. When I've been using these while waiting for the padded flat rate, I'll still put it in the item in a poly mailer, and then inside this, because like if this gets wet, it's gonna tear apart. There's just not a lot of protection here. So I'm not even really saving that much money using that versus the padded flat rate because of the extra supplies that I'm gonna use. Your other option would be the regional A box. You have to order these as well. Anything you can fit in this box up to whatever the limit is it 70 pounds? Anything that fits in there ships at the £2 rate. Still zoned though. So it doesn't really help me on a pair of jeans or a big flannel or something that is gonna ship at the £2 rate anyway, especially if it's going coast to coast. But could definitely, where the priority the regional A box makes sense is anytime your item is more than £2, it's gonna ship at that £2 rate and save you money. Another option, the Tyvek Envelope. This ships priority by weight. You can usually get these at your post office as well. I use these on almost all my Poshmark orders. You know, it's free at least. But if you're gonna use that, you're just eating whatever the excess is up over and above the cost of the padded flat rate. So what I've been doing is just looking, if I sell something and it's close to me, a state or two away, I'm just sending it priority by weight, and it's usually like $8.50. Varies a little bit, so not that much more than the padded flat rate. And then your other options would be to use something like pirate ship if you can make things really small. If you have decent sized poly mailers you can fit stuff in, you can get the priority mail cubic rate. The priority mail shoebox, if you cut that down just a little bit, usually also qualifies for cubic. So that ships based on the dimensions of the package rather than weight, and that can save you money as well. None of those options are really going to beat the price of the padded flat rate, except for the padded or the flat rate envelope beats the padded flat rate envelope, but just by a little bit. So hopefully you guys are well stocked on padded flat rates. If you're not, I would go ahead and order some now because there's a backlog.